Hey class, this is a quick orientation to the readings for this week. Um, the first two readings happened about the time that the South is leaving the Union. Hale is a representative from Alabama, and he's writing to McGuffin, I can't say his name, the governor of Kentucky. He's been asked to do that. And basically, and the reason I'm having you read this is uh, what Hale is what one historian called an apostle of disunion. There were these commissioners that were sent out by various southern states to persuade other states to leave the Union. And so that's what this Hale letter is. And the reason I want you to read it is I want you to get from their own mouths or their own writing the reasons that Southerners want to leave the Union after the election of Abraham Lincoln in November of 1860. So this is all happening after the election of Lincoln. So what I want you to look for in this document, and then also the Texas Ordinance of Secession, which again explains why Texas is leaving the Union. That was written in February of 1861. So the South didn't leave the Union as one body, but states left the Union, 7 states anyway, within about, gosh, 3 months, 4 months after Lincoln's election. And what these two first documents are, and they're posted on Blackboard, they're explanations by Southerners, by white Southerners, why they're taking the action that they're taking. And there's a lot of dispute to this very day. Why did the South leave the Union? Well, I want you to take a look for yourself. See what Southerners say. Don't listen to me. See what they said to each other. What did the Texas secession convention, what did it say to its fellow Texans? Texas was one of the few states that actually put up the question of secession to a popular vote. It won overwhelmingly. Anyway, so that's what those first two documents are. Southerners explaining why they are leaving the Union after the election of Abraham Lincoln. Okay, so that's the context for those two readings. Why are the Southerners leaving the Union? And that's what I'll quiz you on next week. And especially, of course, I probably shouldn't have to say this, but I'll say it anyway. What's the role of slavery, or specifically the fear of emancipation of slaves, the freeing of slaves? What's the role of that in the decision of the white South to leave the Union? Now, the other document I'm having you read, and I'm not having you read the whole thing, is Abraham Lincoln's first inaugural, which I think he delivered in March of 1861. The inauguration of the president used to come later than it does now. And what I want you to look for in that document is, what is Lincoln saying to white Southerners? And again, I didn't post the whole thing. If you want to read it, you can easily find it online. So what is his argument to white Southerners? What is he saying to them? Is it a document where he's trying to intimidate white Southerners? Is he trying to conciliate white Southerners? What is he saying about the key issue of expansion of slavery territorially, which I've talked about ad nauseum, I'm sure, for some of you. So what's Lincoln, what are his arguments to the white South? And how is he trying to persuade them to come back into the Union, those states that have left the Union? So what does he say about the Fugitive Slave Act? What does he say about slavery itself? Does he see it as constitutional? So this is a plea that Lincoln makes to the states of the South in his first inaugural. And take a look at what Lincoln's saying. I think you'll be pretty surprised. It's not the Abraham Lincoln that we normally get, but again, these are his words. Finally, in the Lincoln first inaugural, how does he define secession? He has some very, very interesting things to say about the idea of secession itself, and how does he define it? So that's what I'm looking for in these readings for next week. How are Southerners justifying leaving the Union? Specifically, what's the role of emancipation in the freeing of slaves? in this decision. And then Lincoln, what is he saying to the white South? How is he trying to persuade the white South to remain in the Union? What does he say he's going to do? And most particularly, what does he say he's not going to do? Really, that's the important thing. And also, how does he define secession?